to also recite Surah Fatiha for those not coming to us to the majalis today. Why not your Mu'min, especially the Shuhada around the world, especially Palestine and Iran, Al-Fatiha.
Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله لقد جاءت رسل ربنا بالحق والصلاة والسلام على رسول الثقلين محبوب رب المشرقين والمغربين وجد الحسن والحسين مولانا بالقاسم محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد
وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين أما بعد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله حسين مني وأنا من الحسين صلى على محمد وآل محمد
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
The 11th of Muharram. Yesterday, most of us spent our time on this verse, doing every form of adhikari that we could possibly do. From the work of Fajr, the time of Fajr, all the way to Shami Harina. Talked about the Musibah, Baba Abdullah Hussain, and his family members. All of these forms of azadari that we do throughout these 10 days is not only limited to coming here and crying. Indeed, azadari, the reality of azadari, is a lot wider and a lot brighter than you know, our programs, the daily programs that we have here, we get the small children to stand up and recite some form of surah or tilawah. You know, when we come and we set the first down, azadar. Even those small things, when we go home and we talk to our friends or family who weren't able to attend. Today in the majalis, Maulana spoke about this, or we learned about this is what happened in Karbala, even talking about it, azadar. Looking deeper into the research of azadar, we see a quotation narrated by the 8th Imam, Imam Raza alayhi salatu
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد.
And he's talking directly to those who recite poetry, Baba Abdullah Hussain. MashaAllah, you see here the Zakirin, from the smallest of Zakirin that we have, MashaAllah, the Ala, Zakir and Shaykh. Their poetry, Imam Raza alayhi salatu wasalam is talking to them and he's saying, I desire that you recite poetry, for surely these days, especially those of Muharram, are the days of grief and sorrow which have passed over us. The Imam himself is saying, this azadari that we're doing continue, and make sure that we talk about everything that happened, all the calamities that went over our heads at the end of greater than and let the people know. So this zakiri, this poetry that we have in our imamaras and our centers, really, not only with the lectures of the scholars or the speakers, this zakiri that people use, people should pay attention to the words that they say. It's the musibah, the poetry, the reality of God. There's another quotation that I saw from one of my scholars in Hausa, and he talks about azadari in such a way that azadari is beautiful because of the different forms that it comes in. If you look around the world, I was looking at a few clips as well before this majalis. The azadari in Africa, for example, the words they speak, or the way they do Matan, the way they do Azadari, is totally different to how we do it. If you look in Iraq and Iran, the way that they recite their poetry, or the way that they have their Matan, there's people like you might see, in Pakistan, India, countries like that, they have different types of Matan, different types of Azadari. The scholars, they say that this Azadari is not limited. It doesn't have any limit. This Azadari is universal. Around the world, no matter where, in every single corner of the world, you will see Azadari happening. And the word of Allah being mentioned. Even if we look at it and go as further to Arba'in, for example, or you look into these small towns and these small villages, it's not only the Shia or the Muslims who are having this Azadari. Sometimes we see Hindu women coming up with their, thali they call it, but I don't know what you call it, that tray that they have. They bring Baba Abdullah and they say, Abdullah, I know I'm not Muslim or I'm not Shia, but I present this to you. Also it's form of Azadari. And will be accepted. Sometimes we take these things, lightly, they just come in for their own sake. But no, this comes as Azadari. To be part of the Zahra, Salamullahi alayhi. Look at this and she will count this in the books of Azadari. She will say, these are also my Azadari. They came to cry and to give something for my son. Ayatollah Ruhullah Khomeini narrates as well, may Allah bless his soul, that the memory of this great event of Ashura must be kept alive. And he says for us as Shia, it is so important to ensure that this remains in our heart, such as how we see a farmer when he has his seeds and he cultivates them, perceives them, make sure that nothing can reach them. Make sure that you reach this Azadari towards your children. That after when you go, you have that, your king, 100% that when I am gone, my children will carry on with it. You have examples of that here today. When you have your children coming to do, tilawat, you have your children coming into the program. It's Nishan. And Azadari, inshallah, will live on. Mulana mentioned this as well in his lecture. We were not here before Azadari. We won't be here then, Azadari will. That's how we know this Azadari. That's how important this Azadari.
Subhanallah.
MashaAllah.
So my message, especially for those young ones who are sat here today, these 10 days, not only that you come and you cry, but you go away from this center, you go away from this fight. Keep that Azadari alive. Talk to people about this Azadari. Tell people about this Azadari. I remember when I was young myself, there was a thing that the Who is Hussein campaign did, where we went into town and we were giving out water bottles and things like that to tell the people of peace, this is Hussein, this is what we're doing. Also for Azadari. To get out that message, to perceive that message and tell people, Allah's desire is for you as well. Hold on to him, look into his life, maybe you can learn something from him. So the journey of Baba Abdullah Hussain didn't finish on the day of Ashura. Indeed, he was killed on the day of Ashura. Indeed, his family members were killed. But he still had one sister and one son. Bibi Zainab and Imam Sajjad, they didn't start today. Their career didn't start today. We see in the narration and in tradition it says that last night the tents were burned. Children and women were running from tent to tent. In that, some of the children, some of the women were found. The bodies of the Shuhada put into peace. But the Yazid wasn't finished. He still had a goal. He still had more damage to do. What did he do? The next morning he gathered those who were left. And he requested his army members, tie their hands, prepare them in a line. The camels that had the protection to keep them safe, take those protections off, they will go with just a regular time. Time was prepared. Women were prepared. Sayyid al-Sajjad is doing his last sujood, saying, Allah, whatever happened to me today, I gave you this vision, and I accepted what you want. Now they're prepared. From here they will go to Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wa salam, we've seen in the narration, he says that it's also being Zainab. Oh Zainab, right now when you're a Kufa, you are as a Shahadani. There will come a time where you will come as if you're a criminal. People will look at you and they will laugh at you. You'll be taken captive into Kufa. We see in the tradition that it says the women will put upon these camels. The heads of the Shuhada were put on spears and were put on display. The tradition says they were entering Kufa. You see the people of Kufa, they took this day as a holiday. They were waiting for the caravan to come in. Some people were laughing at the women of Ahlul Bayt alayhim wassalam. Some people were throwing pebbles at them. Some people were treating them like criminals, saying, "You are here, we will punish you." You see, in some traditions it says everyone's hands were tied. All the women's hands were tied, the men's hands were tied, but there was a small daughter of Allah. The rope couldn't fit around her arms. The tradition says they wrapped it around her neck and she was coming behind the horses, being dragged against the floor. This journey wasn't a peaceful journey. Whenever they would cry, they would get slapped, they would get hit with whips and chains. They were treated in the most worst way. And every time that they would be hit, they would cry out, "Abba, Abdullah, oh Abba, where are you now?" Even when you see when they're leaving Karbala, which way did they take them? They take them past the body. Bibi Zainab looks towards the body of her brother Abdullah. She turns to Medina, "Oh my grandfather Rasulullah, this is your son Hussein laying on Karbala. This is what they have done to your Hussein." Imam Sajjad is seeing his father, "Oh Father Hussein, what have they done to you? Where have they left me?" Oh Sadat, look at this journey, look at Karbala. Karbala began in Medina, Medina to Makkah, Makkah to Karbala, Karbala to now Kufa. It doesn't stop there, the caravan will go forward into Sham. We know Imam Zainul Abidin, he says, "What is the most time when you cry?" He repeated 3 times, "Asham, Asham, Asham." Oh Sajjad, what happened in Sham? The narration says the son of Abdullah came to the daughter of Sakina. She said, "Oh people, I don't want to eat anything." But when the plate was removed, when the head was seen, she sees it wasn't any food but the head of her father Abdullah. She'd start her musibah, "Oh my father, after you were killed, they took my earrings from my ears. They slapped me on the face every time I said your name. They treated my puppy badly. They treated your son badly. Oh Abba Abdullah, your daughter is holding your head and crying. A time comes when Bibi Sakina goes silent. The women say to Sakina, "Sakina, wake up. Oh Sakina, what happened to you?" Imam Sajjad has a look at his sister Bibi Sakina. He looks back at the women. Sakina has gone back to her father. Oh Abba Abdullah, you left Medina with your family. Now when they're going to return to Medina, only a few remain. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. Ya Allah, we pray to you, O Allah, these from our Quran all the way to our lecture and our masters, may Allah accept. May we be part of the Zahra, Salamullahi alayha, be pleased with us. And accept the tears of us and Abbas with the wasila of the children and the women of Karbala. Ya Allah, protect our women and our children. Ya Allah, with the wasila of those Jawan of Karbala, grant our Jawan with strength and be able to protect their families. Ya Allah, we pray that we continuously in our hearts have the love of the Ahlul Bayt and continue their azadari fi dunya wal akhirah. Ya Allah, we pray for the reappearance of our Imam and that we can be in the shadow of Muhammad